この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm T of the Booze, and I am here for Woto of the Sora, Sound of the Sky, episode 11. Last week's episode was episode 10, and I didn't love it. I didn't think it was the best episode so far. I thought it was one of the weaker episodes so far, if only because it seemed to be such a pivotal point in so many characters' arcs, and yet it also seemed really mixed and muddled in its messaging. Like, I really don't understand how the Yakot plot, or whatever her name was, interacts with the whole Rio plot, but I do, but I kind of don't, but the whole point of it is kind of going in different directions, and I don't really understand which is supposed to be the main point. It's a little muddled. But that was then, and this is now. Now we're on to episode 11. Rio is taking off, or has already taken off. I assume she's probably already taken off, maybe for a while. I don't know. We've time skipped a lot before, so who knows. But she is or has taken off in order to probably, we don't really know, but probably fix relations between their country and the Roman Empire, which seems like a good idea. How she's going to fix those relations, we don't really know. Probably marriage, but we don't really know. There's a lot of don't knows. So I'm kind of expecting this to be an episode about, oh shit, everything's fucked because Rio's gone, or like coming to terms with the fact that Rio's gone, or something. Or completely nothing will be changed and it'll be really freaky because nothing is changed. I really don't know here. So let's just watch this episode of Sora no Woto. Let us hope and pray in our deepest hearts that it is better than the previous episode, at least in our opinions, and see where we seem to be going with the story from here. We're kind of in finale zone, so like kind of climactic battle-y stuff could be really cool here. We've got the tank sort of in progress of being rebuilt, and they've found all the pieces for it as far as we can tell, so that's probably going to come to the fore at some point, but we don't know how. There's a lot of stuff up in the air that can go in many different directions. Let's watch the episode and find out which direction we end up going in. I'm sure that it won't be any that we could predict from this point. So, I've got episode 11 of Sora no Woto up and ready to go. It is sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you want to sync up your own copy of this episode with the timer-based version, you're welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready, because the beep-beep timer to count you down will be coming at you right now. Snow. Okay, not too long after. Are those different uniforms? Oh, no, those are just winter uniforms. Oh, this location. Yeah, that old lady is super dead. She's super duper dead. Dude, like, Ah. Growing into it, eh? Oh, okay. Hello, Cloud. Goodbye, Cloud. What's over there? That's a person. That's a people. That's a people who fell down a cliff. That's a not happy people. Is that an alive people? Hello, people. Are you alive? He's from the enemy, isn't he? She's from the enemy, isn't she? The visitor, a snowy field ablaze. All right, well, we've got the visitor part. How does snow burn? I don't know, but we'll find out maybe. Hello, Take. Yeah, yo, baby, all up and ready to run. Maybe. Which army was that exactly? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, why Noelle freaking out? That's the same. Oh, shit. She was well known for her murdering prowess. She was well known for her murdering prowess. Unless she was talking about Ilya. I assume she wasn't talking about Ilya. I'm sure Felicia knows. Uh-huh. Noelle has killed a lot of Roman soldiers. Oh, hello, Bugle. Wait. Ah, you expected a monster? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nope. Just people. Just people. Hmm. Hmm. Sometimes there are reasons to bend the rules. Are they? Very well. Very well. She probably lost her entire family to Roman military actions, didn't she? Which would explain her hatred of them. Does anyone else know? How secret can we keep this? Felicia doing the planning. Doing the planning. Alright. What's he gonna do? Yeah, what can you do? And all this without Rio here. Okay, they are fully staging a military action here. That's a problem. Warning systems. Do those work? Because we check them, but do they work? Hello. Yeah. That's a different language. No, don't go for the stabby. Don't go for the stabby. You're gonna end up naked on the floor. Yeah. Hey, nice head full. Huh? Wonderful. Yokatta. Eh? Alright, I'm intrigued. It's Germensch. It's Germensch. It's got like all this German in it and then all this French in it. Back at ya. Yes. I like her. Hmm. I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah, you... she's trying to get a response, any response. Just checking whether she can actually understand. Yeah. Smart. But also, whoa. I think one of the kids can? Hmm. This is where she was trying to get? What? Tell me she's Chakot's granddaughter. That doesn't make sense. Right? Yeah, you're gonna pass the fuck out, Noel. Ah! Fair enough. Definitely. Yeah. Yes, actually, that though we can't. What'd you just think of? Ah, grabbing a Yumina, eh? She's in an outfit that looks a lot like what's her face from Kimetsu. True. Fair enough. Uh-oh. A rumor that they're harboring an enemy? It's on a leash? Oh, fuck. Bullshit. That's some bullshit. Fuck you. And she happens to know Amazing Grace, so she's familiar with Ilya. Well then. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. No, that was just looking at light. All right, Noel. Okay. Nice. Ah, hey, Yumina. You do know how to speak the language. Yeah. 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 Nobody's gonna be happy about a Roman here. Yeah. Oh. Got some. War is coming. I thought Yumina just did. Yeah. Hi, Yumina. Whoa. I know you won't give mission details, but come on, man. Just tell us some shit. We're trying to help you. Of course. Hmm. You know. Oh. Okay. That's very interesting. It's just two different interpretations of a series of events. Oh no. Using Noel's tactics and Noel's science. Yo, we're hardcore protecting Noel here. Yeah. Ah, you just want to throw her to the... Yeah, okay. But it's worth more than that. Hmm. Hit us with the orders, Felicia. Good. Hit us with it. Going to directly disobey. Felicia, that will get you beheaded, dude friend. You mean you killed them? Alright, evil dude who's evil. Alright, there we go. Well, fuck. Ah, how does their legend go? It's a different story, yeah. It's gonna have to be Kureha who makes the final decision, who has an opportunity to let them know. The who? Not a name she wants to be. Fuck. Invisible Death Reaper was the name of the plague that destroyed a town, right? Ooh, everything converging. That's gotta be a Call Rio related. Uh-oh. Ah, fuck. That's a lot of walkie thingies. Jesus. Fuck you, show. It's a good finale. That's really good. Okay. Okay, interesting cliffhanger. I suspect that nobody's dead. So I'm not going to get baited by the cliffhanger here. Though it's an interesting cliffhanger and not a bad one, and I quite like it. I also quite like this episode as a whole. I like the presence of a new character that shakes things up in order to replace Rio. Not that she's replacing Rio to any extent, like as a character position or anything like that, but like a new element in the story that makes things more interesting. Um, okay. Really intrigued by that. I like the interactions between, like, around Felicia in this episode and her sort of mastermind and stand on a certain side of things sort of situation. I find Kanata's whole "we're all the same" thing kind of trite, kind of like straightforward and predictable, but that's okay. It's fine. It's what we've been building to, and it makes good sense. And it makes good sense for Felicia, having seen the horrors of war, to take the route that she chooses. We meet our most outwardly and obviously villainous character in the corporal or major or whatever his name is, the dude with the purple eyes. He's got fucking purple eyes and like the deepest of dark bags under his eyes, like deeper than mine, and like he's all scruffy, and we hate him immediately. He's ultra hateable. And we introduced the fact that he is a portion of Noelle's past, and one that she is desperately running away from and has been running away from since the beginning of the series. And we get this contrast over the course of the episode between like how Noelle feels when she's looking at the work that she's done on their spider tank versus how she feels thinking about the work that she's done in the past. And we get this pretty clear picture of her as a brilliant genius child who was manipulated by this genuinely like not a good boy colonel dude, just to like, you're doing great, keep doing the thing, little child who produces weapons of mass destruction, continue doing this, you're doing great. And then eventually she saw the results of her work and shattered because of that, right? And then ran away, ended up at the Bastion, and has been under Felicia's care since then. That's like, we get that story pretty darn clearly, and I think that's one of the more powerful things in the episode. That just this Majors, or whatever his name is, his reappearance in her life freaks her the fuck out, as does the appearance of a girl who she almost killed at some point and saw almost die and let live. So it's likely that Aisha was probably near the turning point for Noelle. as she was doing these things, which is quite interesting, I think. It tells us a lot about Noelle that we didn't know, and it is quite interesting. Okay, the language that Aisha speaks is also quite interesting. From what we heard of it, it sounds like mostly German words with mostly French pronunciation. She counted in German. We definitely heard some Germanic numbers as she was listing out like her ID numbers and stuff, but a lot of her pronunciation is French. So it's this cool melody thing that's going on. At the very beginning, when we were first starting Sora no Woto, there was discussion over which subs that I should use because the Elysium subs contain subtitles for Aisha, apparently, and the other subs do not. I don't remember which other subs they were. And so there was, like, people said that one was better for that reason or not, and I don't really know. I think that I would have been able to glean most of what she was saying just from my basic knowledge of Latin and like I mean, English is a Germanic based language as well, so it's pretty easy to figure out what she's saying most of the time. But our characters do not, so I understand why we might want to swap things up there. Okay. More thorough on our patrols, headquarters orders, moving along, find the girl. Girl is here. Girl's probably like a little bit older than there, but we don't really know. Noelle was working on this shit and was responsible for a lot of stuff. All thanks to you. And we get this little smile from her, which shows her totally innocent, like, I just want to solve this little problem. It's not going to be used as a nuke or anything. Oh shit, it got used as a nuke or something. I'm a mass murderer. Oh no. So, yeah. Stark shock at seeing a Romaji soldier, which happens to be the exact same soldier who she saw then, which we can tell because it's her. I mean, it just is her. And she is called the Reaper. Interesting. We didn't really understand that. I didn't catch that then until later when we said Invisible Death Reaper. Invisible Death Reaper was the source of the plague that, or whatever it was, that struck one of the cities where a character was living, and I think it was Yumi. No, it was Misha, the girl with the bow ties, the little bandy thingies for her hair. So Noelle is responsible for the death of her family. Whoops. Whoopsies. But it, in a sensible way. I like this under the table shot. I think it's a good shot. It's great. And then the interaction that we have here around Kureha and stuff as we're unpacking all this stuff. A trumpet, a pistol, all of these things are the same sort of things, right? Like, it's pretty darn similar. Yeah. But then we get into the whole like, oh, but they're actually just humans over there. What's up with that? And also they're really cute humans. What the fuck? Like Aisha's really cute. That's a very attractive girl. Anyway, yeah. We get decision time for Felicia. She pretty clearly goes all in on we're going to protect this girl from command as long as we can. And that time is not as long as we would have hoped. It's not long enough, Okay, did you run into anyone? We can tell that she's definitely thinking through, like, will this rumor get out? Will we have a chance here? Do we have to decide, like, what do we have to do here to keep this a secret? And, yeah, what would you do, Rio? We're without you. Okay, more scouts, more scouting parties, and wake it time. Wake it time, topless. Going for Blade, not a good idea. Boobs, lots of boob. And then, wait, where's the boob squeeze? Boing! As a fan service situation, I think this is a pretty great one. I think it's pretty funny. And it works out really well. I also think that Felicia is a little bit later with, her way of testing by saying things that if Aisha could hear her, she would absolutely and 100% guaranteed get really embarrassed about those things. Yeah, you have really nice breasts. Can I play with them? And everybody freaking out, just like, what the fuck are you doing, Felicia? I think that's really funny. I mean, point, no disagreement. You got great boobs. Boobs are boobs. Gotta love them. I mean, I guess you could not, but whatever. And then lots of cuteness. And yes, lots of Noelle trying to atone, perhaps, for all of the people that she's killed, or that have been killed by her work. Okay, trumpet, We hand it over, fully expecting that Aisha won't be able to play it. At least I was. And she straight up just instantly plays Amazing Grace. Ha, hoo, ha, hoo, hoo, I wonder if she's heard Ilya play. She's probably heard Ilya play, maybe as an enemy. But still, if it resonated across enemy lines, that could mean something, right? It could be little something something there. I don't really know. Okay, regardless, we look up at the sky, sounds resonate, yippee dippy doo, and onward, and rumors, and bad juju, and people are coming, and we gotta ask people some stuff. So we get Yumina in. Yeah, she's immediately up about their god stuff. We don't really know enough about the whole religion situation to really understand the hatred here, but it's religious hatred. Cool. Gotta love orthodoxy versus orthodoxy. Cool. And yeah, if you feel even a little bit grateful, you should speak with us honestly. And she immediately looks to Noelle and looks around and finally decides she can't talk about her orders, but she came here to see the fossil. Interesting. And her grandmother was a lady of the Bastion here. I actually really like all these shocked faces. The way that they shade them is interesting. It works pretty well. Yeah, that's how she met my grandfather. Wonder if we know her grandfather? Probably not. But the story is different. The one who brought punishment down upon the earth long ago, an angel of the apocalypse. No, that's wrong. It was a demon. So they have separate perspectives on the situation that occurred long ago. One is that maybe it was like the apocalypse brought on by mankind's own bad juju, and God ordered that shit and it was supposed to happen, versus it was demons and we fixed it. Oh, things becoming myth and legend and taking on different meanings depending on perspective seems like some importance. But it doesn't really matter because there's a gigantic fucking army coming here, and it's purple-eyed fuckboy. And of course, Noelle has a panic attack at that point because he's evil. Like, it's pretty straightforward. Not a lot of room for anything but mustache-trollingly evilness coming from him. And Felicia decides to take orders. We will hide them, and she will take the responsibility. Yikes. Big balls on Felicia, but we knew that. If we didn't realize that this guy was evil as fuck, we get it a little bit later when he's like, yeah, we're going to take over the Bastion, and then he turns and he gives us this grinning smile of doom. Haha. Yeah, he's an evil guy. We don't like him. He's a fucking shithead. Good bastard. Okay, so their story is different, but we don't get to figure out how it is different. I assume that at some point this is going to lead to Kanata taking her down to show her the angel, but I don't really know. We'll see. And everything goes to hell. Because we find out about her name, and the invisible devil, the invisible demon reaper, death reaper, whatever. She sounds like a very hot pepper. Until she screams, and then everything goes to shit. So it turns out that it's a lack of communication initially that goes to shit, because nobody knows any of this about Noelle, and she hasn't told anybody about this, except for potentially Felicia. So if they had known, and she had known that that was, like, info that was out there in the world, maybe she'd be okay. But no, she freaks out real hard, and that goes bad. We get a call, which tells us that there is a huge Roman force here. So, Aisha is the granddaughter of a POW and a Helvetian on this side of things, who ended up working on that side of things. I'm wondering if she's more important than we know somehow. The whole, like, the fact that she plays the trumpet so well makes me think that maybe she's more important than she's letting on, and is maybe more than just a scout. Makes me wonder if having her around could lead to peace somehow. Like, what if she's royalty in some way that we're not aware of, and ends up sealing things up in some way that we're not aware of? I don't really know, but it's possible. Maybe. Okay. Military action is converging where we are, which is bad and spooky. Grinning spooky dude is the worst. Gunshot, cut to black. I mean, you do a gunshot, cut to black, I'm gonna expect that whoever we assume is shot is not shot, or if they are, they will survive. and that some other shoe will drop. It's too classic a technique for me to get baited by this particular cliffhanger. That's okay. Uh, okay. Because we got introduction to another character and like entire worldview and all that jazz, I'm gonna look up any specula for this episode and staff for this episode because I thought this episode was pretty solidly put together, and pretty interesting, if not super duper deep, because it is seemingly cliffhanged into the next episode. So I'm gonna look up specula and staff and stuff, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, there's not much that's super interested in the specula stuff. I think the most interesting thing is that the pistol that Aisha is equipped with is an American design compass and an American design Colt M1911 .45. So American type armed pistols and stuff, you know? But her uniform appears to be inspired by British World War I era designs. Okay. But that tells us that the Roman armed forces were the ones who were engaging the Helvetians back in episode 7, where we saw through Felicia's eyes. And then there's a bunch of, like, literally just speculation about, Noelle and the Death Reaper and what the Death Reaper could be. But the Death Reaper seems to be, because of the flasks and, like, jars and things, it seems to be some kind of super duper powerful bioweapon that she recreated from past designs and past info, which makes a lot of sense given that Noelle has been recreating things for the entire time that we've known her. So that makes a lot of sense. And then there's also speculation around the Major arrives as soon as the Takemizu is fixed, so maybe he wants that. So that makes sense as well. He seems like the kind of guy who would covet weapons. There's also speculation around, like, Aisha's story about the demons and angels and stuff, but none of it has any, like, basis or foundation. So maybe we'll find out more about that in the future. Maybe we won't. I don't really know. But I'm gonna go look up staff. Just fun. Okay, storyboard and direction both by Tetsuo Hirakawa, who did storyboarding on Blood Blockade Battlefront, Fate Apocrypha, a bunch of some Sword Art Online, just a bunch of storyboard and episode direction, not a lot of crazy interesting stuff. Did direct A Girl Who Chanced Love at the Bound of This World, which was a few seasons ago, and I watched part of for Treasure Hunt and then dropped after a couple episodes because it was meh. So nothing super standout-y on the episode direction or storyboarding front, just meh. Yeah, alright, it's cool. I think this episode is pretty good. It's got little bits of humor mixed in with a genuinely stressful situation and a good bit of intrigue, given that we meet the enemy and find out that the enemy is human and also pretty cute. So it's like, oh shit, we're killing cute people. What the fuck's up with that? That's not allowed in a cute girls doing cute things show, which is not what this is, but it is kind of. Yeah, the enemy is attractive. Oh no. Oh god. Good, cool. All right. I think that's about time to wrap. This was a solid episode. I'm intrigued by the cliffhanger. I assume that probably either Aisha or Noelle will get shot, but it won't be deadly. And Aisha's already kind of down for the count right now, so maybe she'll take a grazing shot to the leg or something and be okay. I assume that everyone will live on. If we do start next episode with Aisha just like burbling blood out and just like then I'll just be wrong. That's okay. But we're going to wrap here for today. So, I've been Teeaboo. This has been Sora no Woto episode 11. I thought this was much better than the previous episode. At the very least, it was concise in its messaging. If the messaging was maybe a little bit, like, weak in, I think the main message of the episode was, they're not so different from us, which is like, yeah, no shit. But it makes sense for an individual who's been raised only on rumors and legends and stuff about the boogeyman Romans. Ooh, they're evil. They're evil ogres. Woo. Like, yeah, it makes perfect sense, but it's still like, it's fine. Okay, I think that's my take. Me Teeaboo. This is Sora no Woto. See you next week for more no Woto. Peace.